students, Sairam, this is Megha Miss here, and today we are going to do revision part 2 for lesson number 5, heat. Okay, I hope you have went through the revision 1. Okay, now in part 2 we will see. First, the last topic which you studied was the measurement of specific heat, that is mixing method and calorimeter. Okay, we have already seen how a calorimeter looks. Yes, in smaller standards. Now, specific heat of an object can be measured through mixing method. Now, what is this mixing method? If a hot solid object is put in water in a calorimeter, what I am going to do? A hot solid object I am putting in the water which I have placed in a calorimeter. The heat exchange between the hot object and the water and the calorimeter starts. Okay, in 3 the exchange will take place. Okay, in which 3 substances, student? Hot object is going to give its heat to the water and calorimeter. Yes, till what time this exchange will continue, students? Till the 3 objects, that is the object, the water and the calorimeter, these 3, all of them become of equal temperature. Yes, I hope this is clear. Okay, now this continues till the temperature of solid object, water and calorimeter becomes equal. Now only I told you this. Yes, this exchange will continue till that time. Okay, now see here. Heat lost by the solid object will be heat gained by the water. Yes, in the calorimeter plus heat gained by the calorimeter. Calorimeter will also gain some heat. Water will also gain some heat. Yes. So here heat lost by the object Q. We are taking it as Q. Okay. Mass of the solid object multiply its specific heat multiply decrease in its temperature. Yes, hot object is giving the temperature it is giving means it is giving the heat. So will its temperature decrease? Yes. So how you will calculate the heat lost by the object? It will be equal to the mass of the solid object multiply by its specific heat. You have studied the specific heat of an object, right? Multiply by decrease in its temperature. Okay. Similarly, heat gained by the water. Now water is going to gain the heat, right? So it is Q1, will take it as. Okay. Mass of the water multiply its specific heat multiply increase in its temperature, right? Water is taking the heat, so its temperature is going to rise. I hope, students, this you understood. Q and Q1. Okay. Now heat gained by the calorimeter. Now I told you calorimeter is also going to gain some heat, that we are going to take it as Q2. So that is equal to again mass of the calorimeter multiply by its specific heat multiply by increase in its temperature. Yes, its temperature will also increase because it is gaining the heat, right? Now heat lost by the hot object will be equal to heat gained by the calorimeter plus heat gained by the water. Yes, so what we will do? Q is equal to Q2 plus Q1. So, or you can write it as Q1 plus Q2. No problem, it is addition sign. Anyway is correct. Okay, so using this, if the specific heat of the water and calorimeter is known, then of a solid object can be found. Okay, so what you are going to do? You are going to correlate. Q was what? The heat lost by the hot object, and Q2 and Q1 are the heat gained. So what we have done? We have done a what you can say? You can do an equation and solve it. Okay, using this principle of calorimetry. Okay, students, did you understand this? So if specific heat of water and calorimeter is known to you, you can find of the solid object. Clear? Did you understand this? This was the last topic of measurement of the specific heat using the mixing method. Okay. Now see here. We are going to come to the sums. I know you were having problems with the sums. How to solve? So today some of the sums I have solved in my book and I have tried to put it up in the presentation. I hope through that you will be clear with the sums. But students, it's a real request that please you solve in the book. Don't just see this my video and say yes, we have not understood. Please solve it and see. Okay. Now see here. First question. Equal heat is given to two objects A and B. So equal heat is there. Okay. What is the mass is 1 gram. So mass is also same 1 gram. Temperature of A increases by 3 degrees Celsius. There is a rise in temperature 3 degrees Celsius and B by 5 degrees Celsius. Which object has more specific heat and by what factor? Means A or B, which has a greater capacity to absorb more heat. Yes, specific heat means what? That is the capacity, right, to absorb more heat. Okay, we will see that. Now what we have to do is, first we will write as usual given to find. Okay, so mass of the object same A and B is 1 gram. Rise in temperature of object A, we will take it as delta T1. Okay, just a moment. We have taken it as delta T1, that is 3 degrees Celsius. Rise in temperature of object B, delta T2, that is 5 degrees Celsius. Specific heat of object A, we will take it as C1 and B we have taken it as C2. Okay, very clear? Okay. To find which object has more specific heat and its factor. Okay, now you know you have studied the formula. Q is equal to M into C into delta T. Okay, now here we have taken C1 and C2, right? And what we have to find? C1 and C2 only, na, specific heats, right? So what I have done? I have done the formula as C is equal to Q upon M into delta T. Okay, Q upon M into delta T it will become. Yes, so now C1 will become Q into Q upon M into delta T1. C2 will become Q upon M into delta T2. Okay, how it became? It is Q upon, it became M into delta T is equal to C. It is like this. Okay students, did you understand this? It is like this. So C1 and C2 we have done. C1 what you will get here? Delta T1 it will become. And Q and M will be same only in both the cases. Okay, did you understand? Because you know mass is also 1 and Q, that is the heat, was equals heat. Yes, it is given in the sum. Okay, now see here. So what I am going to have? C1 is equal to Q upon 1 into 3. Masses is 1. So 1 into 3 and C2 is equal to Q upon 1 into 5. So what you got? C1 is equal to what you are going to get? Q upon 3 and C2 will be Q upon 5. Now what we are going to do? Dividing both. Okay, what we are going to divide? C1 and C2. So C1 upon C2. So the equation is like this. C1 upon C2 is equal to Q upon 3. Okay, divide by Q upon 5. It is like this. Okay, so how I can write this again? Yes students, if I want to it is upon, right? So if it comes up, it will become here, this 5 will go up and Q will be down. Yes, so see here, this equation how I can write students? It will become, yes, I'll just show you how it is going to become students. It will become Q upon 3 multiply by 5 upon Q. Okay, so this Q and this Q can get cancelled and what is remaining? 5 upon 3. Did you get that? C1 is equal to 5 upon 3 C2. How it became? C1 is equal to 5 upon 3 C2 because it was C1 upon C2, which value you have got as 5 upon 3. Yes, so if this goes here, it will become C1 is equal to 5 upon 3 C2. Okay, or it can become C2 is equal to 3 upon 5 C1. Okay, so specific heat, if you can see, C1 was of what? A. So we have seen that specific heat capacity of object A is more, and by what factor? 5 upon 3 times. Okay, I hope now the sum is clear to you. Yes, now next one we will see. Liquid ammonia is used in ice factory for making ice from water. So I am making ice from water. Okay, and what I am using for that? Liquid ammonia. If water at 20 degrees Celsius is to be converted into 2 kgs ice. So at 20 degrees Celsius I want to convert the water in 2 kgs of ice, which is ice, you know, 0 degrees Celsius it will be. Okay, how many grams of ammonia are to be evaporated? Okay, latent heat of vaporization of ammonia 341 calories per gram. And this is the latent heat of ammonia. Okay, so we will see now how to solve this. So we have written mass of ice 2 kgs converted to gram, 2000 grams. Temperature of ice, you know, 0 degree Celsius. Temperature of water is given 20 degree Celsius. Latent heat of ammonia is given 341 calories per gram. Specific heat capacity of water, you know, it is 1. Specific heat capacity of ice is 80 calories. This also standard value, you learn it and keep, okay, to find mass of ammonia. Okay, now what is our solution? Same formula, Q is equal to M into C into delta T. Same formula you are going to use everywhere in each sum. Okay, now amount of heat energy released. Now first what we have to do, cool 2 kgs of water from 20 degrees Celsius to 0. First I need to cool that water, then only it will turn to ice. So some heat energy will be released while cooling this. Yes, how I will calculate that? Using the formula, it will become 2. 2 is what? 2 into 1000, right? Because we have converted it into grams. Yes, so it will become 2 into 1000. Multiply by 1. 1 is a C value of water, right? And what is delta T? It will be, delta T is 20 minus 0. So 20 minus 0 will be 20. Okay. How many calories you got? 40,000 calories. Okay. Now, amount of heat energy released in converting 2 kgs water at 0 degree Celsius to ice. Okay. Now, how much energy is released while converting this 2 kgs of water at 0 degree Celsius to ice? So at 0 degree Celsius, how much heat energy is released? That we will calculate to convert this 2 kgs. So to what? To ice. Okay, means now I am started converting it. Okay, so what will be that? 2 into 1000 again. Okay, that is 2000 multiplied by 80, C value of ice. Okay, and you know delta T here it will be not there because only temperature what we are considering is 0 degree Celsius. Okay, so what is the value you have got here? You are getting 16 into 10 raised to 4. Okay, calories. Can you see this? 16, this I can write as 16 into 10 raised to 4. Yes, can I write it in this way? Because next to 16 you have 4 zeros. Is it clear? Or you can write it in this way also, the answer. Okay, did you understand this? Okay, now see here. Thus, the total energy required in converting water at 20 degrees Celsius to ice. What we have done? We have added both. We can take one as Q1 and next as Q2. So, what is the total we have got? We have got this much calories. Yes, this also you can write it as 2 into, keep an habit of writing in this way. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 10 raised to 5. Okay, in this way. This is my 10. So 10 raised to 5 calories. Okay, this much amount of total energy will be required. Now grams of ammonia to be evaporated. Okay, how we will calculate that? Whatever the total energy we have got, divide by latent heat of ammonia. That we can write it as LV, latent heat of vaporization. So we can write it as LV, and how much is that given? 341. Okay, so we have divided this, and what is the answer, students? You have got 586.5 grams. Okay, students, again I will tell you. First we calculated the energy which is released while converting water, while the energy which is required, okay, for the water to be cooled, okay, which is released while cooling, that some energy will be released. And then what is happening at 0 degree? Now my water is going to turn to ice. Yes, water will start converting to ice at 0. Okay, that time how much energy is released, that I have calculated. So Q1, Q2, then I have done total energy, and when I got the total energy, I have calculated grams of ammonia, total energy divided by LV, that is latent heat of vaporization of ammonia, 341. Okay, students, I hope now the sum is clear. Okay, now the next one. Next one we will see, a thermally insulated pot has 150 grams ice. Okay, how much ice it has got? Thermally insulated, it is 150 gram ice. Okay, at temperature 0. Ice means it is going to be temperature 0. How much steam of 100 degrees Celsius? Now I going to have a steam which is going to be at 100 degrees Celsius, has to be mixed to it. I have to mix this 100 degrees Celsius steam in that. so that the water of the temperature 50 degrees Celsius will be obtained in that pot. Okay, at the end how much I need? Water which will be at 50 degrees Celsius in that pot. Okay, now what is given part, student? Latent heat of melting of ice is given 80 calories. Latent heat of vaporization of water is given 540 calories. Specific heat of water is given 1 calorie. Okay, see here 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius. Okay, I am just telling you can read it out, okay, for yourself. This is all given. Okay, and what is given to us? Mass of the ice is given 150 grams. And what we have to find? Mass of the steam. How much steam we have to add, right? Only temperature is given 100 degrees Celsius, but mass of the steam is not given. That we have to find out. Okay, students, I hope you understood the question. Yes, now see here. Now this is our solution. This is just I have solved in my book. You can go through the steps again and solve in your book. Okay. First what we have to calculate, students? First we have to calculate amount of heat required in converting 150 gram of ice to water at 0 degree Celsius. Okay, 150 gram of ice we have to convert to water at 0 degree Celsius. So what is there here, students? I will write the same formula. Q1 I will take. As you know, temperature is 0, so delta T will be not there. So 150 into 80, because ice you know it is 80 C value. So how much I am getting? 12,000 calories. This is my Q1 value. Heat required in converting ice into water. 150 gram of ice to water. Okay. Now amount of heat required in heating 150 gram water at 0 degree Celsius to, just a moment, to 150 gram water at 50 degrees Celsius. If 150 gram of ice is there, how much water also you will get? 150 only. Yes, so amount of heat energy required in heating, we have to heat this 150 gram water at 0 degree Celsius to 150 gram of water at 50 degrees Celsius. From 0 to 50 we have to make it now. Yes, final temperature what we need to make it? 50. So first now it is 0. So how much heat energy is required in that conversion we will see. Okay. So how much it is required, student? See here. Q2, I'll take it as Q2 is equal to M into C into delta T again. Now delta T you know it is 0 to 50. So T2 minus T1. So it will become 50 minus 0. C value of water is 1 and mass of water 150, right? Now Q2, how much we are getting? 7,500 calories. Yes, total energy means add Q1 plus Q2. How much you will get? 19,500 calories. I hope till here you understood. Okay. Now let m gram be the amount of steam. Now I have to add steam in this. Yes. How much gram steam let me add? M gram. Be mixed with water to bring final temperature to 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, final temperature still we have not reached. We have to make it to 50 degrees Celsius. Yes, so m gram of steam we will require. I have written like that. Okay, now see here. Now, the amount of heat released in converting m gram of steam at 100 degrees Celsius to water at 100 degrees Celsius. Now this steam will turn to water at what temperature? 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So some heat will be released at that time to convert this m gram of steam to water. What will be that? Now delta T here you know it is 100 degrees Celsius. So no difference is there. Delta T will be not there. Here we will take as LV. Our C value will be LV. Now LV of steam is given to us, that is 540. Yes, so what it will become? M we don't know, M multiply by 540. So it will become Q3 is equal to 540 M. Okay, do you see here? Mass only we have to calculate na. Latent heat of water we have taken. Steam means here we have taken latent heat of water. Steam means water only. Yes, so C here will be replaced by LV, which is 540 of the water. Okay, student, as it is a steam, so we have taken latent heat of vaporization. Are you getting me? So our Q3 value is 540 M now. Okay, mass we don't know. Okay, now see here. Next is what our step? The amount of heat released in converting m gram of water at 100 degrees Celsius to water at 50. Now final temperature is 50, right? So difference will be 100 minus 50 now. How much is m? We don't know. 1 is for water. Okay, there we have taken for steam, here we have taken for water. Okay, so it will become 50 m will be our Q4. Total will be what? Q3 plus Q4. So how much it will become? We'll just see it. Total energy released to convert, we will see that how much we are requiring. Yes, it will be, see here students, 50 m plus 540 m. Yes, Q3 plus Q4. How much? 590 m. M means the mass of this steam, which we don't know. Okay, now using the principle of calorimetry, we have studied now only, we can equate the both the energies. So see, 590 m I have equated with the total energy which we got first. Okay, 19,500, and I have done equating it, I got the mass, that is 33 grams. So mass of this steam will be 33 grams. Okay students, did you understand how we calculated Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4? We added Q1 and Q2, Q3 and Q4, equated both of them and tried to find the mass of the steam. Okay, please solve this in your book. Stepwise you will understand it. Okay, now next we will see, that is the last sum. A calorimeter has a mass of 100 grams and specific heat 0.1 kilocalorie per kg degree Celsius. So calorimetry mass is given 100 grams. Its specific heat is how much students? 0.1. It contains 250 grams of liquid at 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, having specific heat 0.4 kilocalorie per kg degree Celsius. So liquid mass is also given, temperature is also given, and its specific heat is also given. If we drop a piece of ice of mass 10 grams at 0 degrees Celsius, what will be the temperature of the mixture? So we have to find the temperature of the mixture if we put a ice of 10 grams. Okay, now see here, given mass of the calorimeter is given to you 100 grams, specific heat of it is given to you 0.1, mass of liquid is given 250, its temperature is 30, specific heat of the liquid is given 0.4, mass of ice is given 10 grams, temperature of ice is given 0 degrees Celsius. You have to find temperature of the mixture, final temperature. Okay, now see here, just a moment. Yes, first let the final temperature of the mixture be T. We will take it as capital T. Now amount of heat required in converting 10 grams of ice at 0 degrees Celsius to water at 0. Okay, now we have find Q1, same formula. Delta T will be not there as it is 0 degrees Celsius. We got 10 into 80. How many calories students? Q1, guess? 800. Okay, yes, so we got it. Q1 800 calories. Now amount of heat required in converting 10 grams water at 0 degrees Celsius to water at T degrees Celsius, final temperature, right? So from 10 grams, now water is also now 10 grams as ice is 10 grams. So from 0 to T to the final, how much heat energy will be required? So again we will take same formula, 10 into 1. For water it is 1 C value, T minus 0. What we are getting? 10T you will get. Okay, T minus 0 is T, 10 multiplied by T is 10T. Now total heat energy we will add. Yes, what we got Q1 and Q2 we will add. So 800 plus 10T it will become. Okay, now see here, we'll keep it as it is. Okay, now amount of heat released to raise the temperature of calorimeter. Now we have to raise the calorimeter temperature, will raise at 30 degrees Celsius to T degrees Celsius. Okay, from 30 to T it will raise, the temperature of calorimeter will raise. So we are finding now Q3, 100 multiply by 0, this is given to you. Okay, 0.1 sorry, multiply by 30 minus T, this step has come. 30 minus T, this is the temperature difference, delta T, right? So what we have got now, 100 into 0.1, 10 in bracket 30 minus T as it is. Okay, we'll keep it as it is. This is our Q3. Okay, for time being. Now amount of heat released to raise the temperature of 250 grams of water, that is the liquid it is given. How much it is? 250 grams at 30 degrees Celsius to T degrees Celsius. Now we will take about that liquid, that if that liquid is there, how much already in that calorimeter liquid is there, na? So its temperature, how much heat will be released to raise that temperature of that liquid from what? 30 to T degree Celsius. Okay, how much it will be, students? Q4 it will take. So see here, 250 into 0.4 multiply by 30 minus T. Again what you got? 100 bracket 30 minus T. This is your Q4. Now total, you know, amount of heat released in this process, total heat. Q3 plus Q4 we have done. 100, 30 minus T plus 10, 30 minus T. This you got, right? So it will be 110, 30 minus T. 100 plus this 10 will be 110. Okay. Using the principle of calorimetry, we have to equate. Yes, your first what you got? Q1 plus Q2 and this Q3 plus Q4. What you are getting? 110, 30 minus T, and here you are getting 800 plus 10T. Yes, this you got. When you solve this, see here, when you solve these steps, you can see this and you will try to understand what I have done. 110 multiplied by 30, 110 multiplied by T. Here 800 plus 10T will be as it is. First I have solved the bracket. Yes, so what I am getting? 3300 minus 800 is equal to 10T plus 110T. Okay, now see here, what I am getting? 2500 is equal to 120T. When you solve the equation, T temperature you are getting, that is 20.83 degree Celsius. Okay students, I hope once you go through this sum on your own, write these steps and see, you will understand this. Okay, little bit it is imaginary, you imagine some things, then it will be easy for you to solve. Okay, so thank you and all the best for your exams. I know you will do well in your exams. Okay, bye, take care.